What's up, you guys? Today's episode, we're going to take a look at the MrScary from Legendary Tones, and we're going to put that into my Victory SuperKraken. All right, so just a quick update on these things. So they come in two different versions. I'm going to say this in every video, but they come in a regular wire and a reverse wire, okay? Now, this is my Evo Hot Mod 2, or the Hot Mod V2 Evo. V2 Evo, whatever. And this is the current MrScary, right? So that's the two big models that come from Legendary Tones. Now, the reverse wire will have a little stamp on the bottom of a letter R. You can see it right here, kind of. Yep. Anyways, and so what that means is that affects, or how it affects the amp is some amps, I guess, read the cathode on pin number 3. Other amps read it on pin number 8. So the reverse wire is number 8, and the regular is 3, or vice versa. I don't remember. I did speak to David over at Legendary Tones and talk to him about it. So I mostly want to see which one of these works in my setup of amps. I have a plethora of really cool amps. A lot of my amps, actually all of my amps, are not listed on the compatible list from Legendary Tones. So this is just a fun experiment for me because I like to mess around with stuff. So here's what I've learned thus far into the video, right? So in this little series, I guess we'll do the MrScary. The regular wire is compatible so far with my Mesa single rectifier. It's a Rectiverb 50. It is a Series 1. Puts it somewhere between 98, 99, maybe early 2000. Kind of that golden era for Mesa. My reverse wire of my Hot Mod is only compatible so far with my, well, it's on the side, my Runt 50. So my Friedman Runt 50 is a reverse wire. So if you're seeing this, you have a Runt 50, you need the reverse wire. You can get this in a reverse wire as well. Just something to note. Just make sure you get the reverse wired edition. So this so far we know goes into the Mesa. In the Mesa, it goes into the V3 position. That's the third power tube, or the third preamp tube from your input jack. So typically, you go V1 is the one closest to the input jack, then V2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Some amps only have 3 power tubes, or preamp tubes. So my Marshall that's up here, you can't see, my JCM 900, for example, it has 3 preamp tubes. So you got V1, V2, and the last one is the phase inverter. All right, so if you've got 2 preamp tubes, it'll be a V1 and then a phase inverter. You're always going to have a phase inverter to help with the power amp. At least that's the way I understand it. I could be wrong. I'm not an amp technician by any means. So, food for thought. Anyways, so the Victory SuperKraken. I know this is compatible already. So that's 2 amps that I have that the regular wire is compatible with. All right, now that is the Mesa and the SuperKraken. On the Victory SuperKraken, this will go into your V2 position. I've got a camera set up. We'll go ahead and get everything turned on, and we'll do some playthroughs. We'll get a before and an after, and then you guys can kind of bounce back and forth and listen to them and see which one you like better. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, let's talk about the rig rundown a little bit. My Kramer Vanguard, right? So we're going to be using that. Has the original Seymour Duncan Thrash Factor pickups. All of that is going to go into my Victory SuperKraken. Now the SuperKraken is going to be boosted eventually by my J-Rocket Rockaway Archer. It's the Steve Stevens signature pedal. Fucking love that thing. The EQ, the 6-band EQ, is going to be flat. The gain is going to be at about 2 o'clock, and the volume is going to be at about 1 o'clock. So that's kind of the preferred settings of where I put them. And yeah, that's going to be kind of what we do. All that goes into the Mojotone ISO cab. the Jensen Raptor 100 and Jensen Nighthawk 75. Both of those are mic'd up with the Shure SM57. Let's get into it. All right, you guys. So we're on the Gain 2. They have all the settings pretty much at noon. The gain is up at right about 11 o'clock, give or take. Yeah, it's about 11 o'clock, as you can see on the screen. The clean channel is off. We have the built-in preamp boost off. The effects loop is off. My boost pedal is off. Everything is off. So everything you're hearing is just the amp. All right. Matter of fact, I'll dial the gain down. I'll strum it and then I'll dial it up to where I usually play it. And then once I get it to my sweet spot, I will leave it there. We'll turn it off, swap out the hot mod, and then we'll come back. We'll go from there. Let's go. All right, man, there you have it. That is the Mr. Scary going into the Victory Super Kraken. I think, this is my opinion, it sounds incredible. It sounds really good. Especially at the end when I boosted it with my Rockaway. That pedal is really magical in my opinion. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but the combination is just really lined up well. That amp sounds really good with that combination of setup. Again, like I said, the Rockaway, the Super Kraken doesn't need the extra gain stage by any means, but it does take it very, very well. So that's at least another amp in the lineup that we could say that this is compatible with. At least I think it's compatible with. I have no problems with it. It's been running good. So next up, we will do, I guess we'll go either the Knucklehead Reverb, or the Republic, or the Mesa, or not the Mesa, the Marshall, the JCM. So I got 3 amps left to try it with. You know what? I guess I could do my little satellite. You know what? I'll do that too. We'll see what happens. So we got 4 amps. All right. Now I want you guys to tell me below what you think I should do it in next. Should I do the Knucklehead Reverb, the Republic, the JCM 900, or my satellite Neutron? You guys tell me in the comments below. Tell me what you guys thought overall, and I'll see you in the next one.